Hello everyone and welcome to my assembly on British Science Week 2022, which will take place between the 11th and the 20th of March. So what is British Science Week? So those who are in the older years, so in years 10 and 11, might remember taking part in British Science Week celebrations in years 7 and 8. So it's a week-long celebration of all things STEM, so science, technology, engineering and maths, and it's run by the British Science Association. Now, we're lucky enough to be able to celebrate Science Week in school this year, and therefore wanted to make as much fuss as possible and really get the word out there. So alongside other exciting activities that I'll share with you a little later on, students in years 7 to 9 will take part in STEM-based activities in place of their usual science lessons. And these will take the format of competitions. And as in previous years, there'll be prizes, not just for the winners in each year group, but for the winners in each class group. And if you have a look at the pictures on the right-hand side, you might get a little insight and some ideas into what types of activities you might be taking part in. So the British Science Week theme this year is growth. And I want you to take just a couple of seconds to think about what growth means to you as an individual. So I think growth's a real fitting theme for what's been a turbulent time for all of us. And growth links with multiple areas across all of the STEM subjects. We can find examples of growth within all subjects really, and actually all around us in the world. And I think that makes it an excellent starting point for a celebration of science. So perhaps you're thinking about growth in terms of plant growth, okay, and your studies in biology, what nutrition the plant needs to grow, and your studies of photosynthesis. Or perhaps you're thinking about population growth and urban development, or the evolution of construction and engineering. Or perhaps you're thinking about growth on a personal level, how you're growing as an individual. But before I share with you my take on growth and another campaign that's being run by the British Science Association, I want you to take a minute to visualise your stereotypical scientist. Okay, so if you pictured something like this, you are not alone. Okay, so perhaps your stereotypical scientist might be an older white male. He might be wearing a white lab coat. He might have funny glasses and frizzy white hair and a moustache. He might be carrying a test tube or a conical flask. But really, the STEM sectors are much more diverse than this. They're much more diverse than this stereotype suggests. There are people working in laboratories, at universities, in businesses, and out on construction sites who come from so many different backgrounds, who have taken lots of different routes into their STEM career. And really, this is my take on growth. So our growth as a society in how we're changing our opinions and breaking down these barriers and the stereotypes associated with science, and actually beginning to celebrate the diversity that STEM brings with it. So this stereotype is changing, but it also needs to continue to change. Now, I'd just like you to take 2 minutes to watch this video. Okay, so that was another campaign and a video created by the IUT, which is the Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now, prior to that video being created, the IUT did some research, and according to that research, just 26% of girls are looking to pursue a career in STEM compared to 43% of boys. And that really highlights the stark difference between the sexes in this field. Now, more than 1 in 10 girls surveyed say the reason they have opted against pursuing a career in this field is that they believe STEM subjects are more suited towards boys. And I really think that highlights the need for change, the need to quash these stereotypes. Now, it isn't just girls who have fears over starting a career in STEM. Over a quarter of respondents who identified as LGBTQ opted against having a career in STEM due to worries they would be discriminated against. Now, I'm sure you'd agree, now really is the time to start to celebrate the diversity that STEM brings with it. Now, if you've got time, the video on the next slide is about 12 minutes long. It's a story put forward by a lady called Eugenia Duodu, and she calls herself the unlikely scientist. She shares her story on how she overcome barriers and stereotypes in terms of gender, in terms of racial stereotypes, but also social stereotypes. And she tells us a story about how she managed to pursue her PhD in chemistry. So if you do have time, please just click on the play button and have a listen to her inspiring story. Now, how can you get involved in British Science Week? Now, to celebrate British Science Week, as a department, the science department are going to be putting on several competitions. One of which will be a careers poster where you will have the opportunity to research your own chosen career in STEM and present that in poster form. There will also be a poster on the theme of growth. And again, that theme is so versatile that you could aim it at anything on the theme of growth. And that will actually get sent off to the British Science Association, and they will give out prizes for winners across the country. We're also having a literacy link here and putting out a competition to produce an acrostic poem. And again, we would like that on the theme of growth. Now, because these are competitions, we're hoping to have prizes for winners and for runners-up. And we're hoping those prizes will consist of yummy chocolate eggs just in time for Easter, and also Amazon gift cards. Now, there are other ways that you can get involved as well. We are going to be posting up on our own science site our science article of the day for you to read. We're going to be sharing with you some kitchen science videos, so perhaps there are some experiments that you can get involved in at home. We're also going to be sharing with you some videos created by some external providers talking to you about their career in different STEM subjects, how they got into it, to try and inspire you to go away and research different STEM careers. And we're also going to put on a mystery job profile competition up in science where you need to match the career profile to the correct teacher, if you like. Now, there's going to be much more information given to you throughout Science Week to help you get involved, but please make sure that you keep up to date with our science Instagram page and our hashtag PSW 2022. Thank you very much for listening.